Friends and family. Friends and family. Ugh. Couch. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, let's go.
We're live. We're live.
We got a song, right, that we play?
Joe had it on his phone, so.
Did he?
Yeah, he's not here this week, so.
So we sing it?
Yeah. Let's wait for a couple minutes. Let's see if people join us. Amazing Camren's on his way home.
Just let everybody know, I haven't been on camera in a while. It adds like 20 pounds, just to let people know. I haven't been seen like this. So, I'm not that chubby.
Yeah, Amazing Camren's on his way home, so if you see him walk through the background, he's just getting home. So we're just letting a couple of people come in. What's up, everyone?
What's going on? Who's there? Who do we got here right now?
Somebody's tapping in already. Who is it?
Let's go. He's ready to go. Let's see his Wi-Fi. I hope he's got Shirley Wi-Fi so I can get home.
Yeah, he probably does. It's probably not going to work because he's in the car on Wi-Fi. But we have Wi-Fi in the car, but I don't think it's working.
I gotta like stand half out the pictures, you know. I can't get all in.
Why isn't?
Mets down 3-0 right now to Atlanta.
There he goes.
What up?
Drew, how do you hear me? Do you hear me well with the microphone?
Yeah, perfect. Yes, your sultry voice.
How do I look,
1 2
how
1
do I
2.
look on camera too? I know I haven't been seen like
You guys look like two snacks on the couch.
Nice. 2 buckets of chicken.
I ain't a snack, you know that.
What's happening, fellas? I'm over here in Fire Island right now.
Nice. Amazing.
There he is.
What's up, fellas?
There he
What's
is.
up?
What up?
So I'm trying to replace you on the couch. I look like I'm taking up a lot more space than you. But...
All good, bro.
What up?
Oh,
There he is.
this guy.
What's up, dude?
Happening, Cam?
Good. Hey, thanks everybody for coming out.
Yes. All right. So you want to begin?
Nah, Roy, you do your thing.
You want to start?
Nah, Roy, you do your thing.
Phil's got to scoot.
All right.
Phil's got to scoot to his right.
Welcome, everyone. This is Amazing Met Zone presents Friends of Flushing. I am Roy. On the couch with us tonight, we have Phil from Shirley. Can't forget my boy, Illuminati 82, and Drodo, and Amazing Camren also.
The superstar.
Yes. You want to tell everybody anything?
Right now, I want to talk about the softball game, right?
Yes, the softball game this Saturday.
This Saturday, August 26th. Unfortunately, I won't be there, but it'll be at 12 o'clock. It's the Friends and Family co-ed softball game. First annual. It is, right now I got to read because I'm not the smartest one. It's on 100th Street and 24th Avenue in East Elmhurst. It's the Helen Marshall Playground.
Yes, that should be a good time.
It should be a good time. What is that? Giving to the kids, you know?
Yes, with a bunch of backpacks with school supplies in them.
I'm such
And
a
that's
good guy.
courtesy of Vintage Mets, J Mac Custom, the City Boys, us from Amazing Met Zone, and First Team Vintage, I believe it is. So
Great
it's
stuff.
a group of guys coming together, and donating money for a good cause.
Love it. Love to see it. Very upset I'm not going to be at the softball game. You guys all better represent. This is the time for the fat league to shine on days like this.
Phil, you were supposed to come hit dingers, bro.
You better. I know Cam's going to show up.
You're supposed to come hit dingers.
He's batting first.
Yes, he did. He did X last week.
I'm going to hit a bomb lefty and righty.
Has anybody heard from Hype?
No. I think
Mets Hype?
Is Hype still
Earlier today.
Where's Hype? We're still waiting.
I'm waiting on the phone call, Hype. He
Earlier.
must have a rotary dial.
Yes. Boys, I want to talk a little bit Mets right now. We'll start real quick. Are we dead? 7 games back. We got 4 teams tied right now. It's 66 games. They're going to get 2 spots. There's 5 teams, I think, in front of us right now overall. 6 teams, sorry. You think we got a chance, or is it over?
Mets are dead, bro. OVER. The season's done. We're reps.
Over?
I don't know, man. I'm like torn. Yeah, obviously it doesn't look good, but I mean anything's possible.
Hey, we sold
possible.
though. When we
You
sell,
gotta
we're giving up
believe.
on a year. How
Yeah.
bad do you guys think that is too? For like, a guy came into our space last night and he brought up
Yo.
the fact of selling and like how bad that could be just for culture. You're trying to build a culture here. How bad is that? You think we can get past that?
No, it's not bad. These guys are pros. They know what the deal is. There's a business side to baseball. Every baseball player knows about it. Like, I don't foresee there being an issue there.
What do you think?
Oh, Jesus.
No, it's tough.
I understand what you're saying as
Right.
far as you feel that when you sell, you give up.
Right?
I understand where you're coming
Yep.
from with that, but you got to also think that it is a business for these guys, and they want the best interest of the team.
100%.
So they're looking to acquire young and upcoming talent. So, you got to take the good with the bad and just hope that they know what they're doing, which I would assume they do.
Yep.
So let's see what happens. We got to wait till next season.
I trust Uncle Stevie all the way at the top.
Yo, what-
Shout out Vintage Mets. Shout out Vintage Mets. We're looking forward to seeing you this Saturday, bro.
Yeah.
Be a good time.
Yeah, guys, just to echo what you guys are saying on the couch, I trust Stevie, man. I trust Stevie. He knows what he's doing. He's run billion-dollar businesses. He knows he didn't stay with the ship, and he made sure that he got something. Like, everyone look at the Yankees right now, and they compare us to crosstown rivals, but at the same time, they should have sold. They should have sold, and I'm sure their fan base is not happy about it. So as much as it's like you said, it's throwing in the white flag, it's a smart decision. He doesn't want egg on his face, and he's like, you know what? Let's sell these pieces off. I mean, he got great pieces for two 40-year-old pitchers.
Yeah,
He got great pieces for Escobar. He got great pieces for Robertson. I mean, he just revamped our farm system in a week or two.
I give no credit to Epler for those.
No. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I was like the biggest. I used to hate Epler, but I feel like this trade deadline, he looked all right. He didn't look terrible.
Yeah, well, I think it's just the money. Like, if Steve Cohen doesn't eat the money, then we're
Right.
not.
Right.
Quality.
Those deals aren't getting done unless he eats that money. And that's like you said, that's the mentality that we have now. It's not Wilpon anymore who will just ride out, these contracts, and just because he paid for them, he, first off, he wouldn't even buy those contracts.
Yeah.
Second off, he wouldn't eat the money. So it's like you said, I mean, in Steve we trust. I trust everything Steve's doing. And that's it, man. That's it. I don't care what happens from here on out. I trust our owners.
I agree, but if I'm going to go real quick to Billy and Epler, like they were saying all night last night, how about Billy Epler? We'll start with you, Joe. Do you feel confident in him at all?
No. I don't think he's a guy that can make moves because these moves weren't moves anyway. The wallet got this stuff. Anybody would have given a couple prospects to get Justin Verlander for $15 million. You know what I mean? Over 2 years, $15 million for 2 years.
Back to the deadline last year, right? Like, what did he get?
Nothing.
The moves he made and brought in, he did nothing.
The team got
rough.
How about the Ruff for J.D. Davis deal? Do you realize Darren Ruff hasn't hit a homer, guys, since he's been traded to the Mets? Still, all year this year, I was looking at his stats before. The guy has still not homered since he's being traded to the Mets.
because he sucks.
Ugh.
I got something. I know you guys were in the space last night, and people were complaining
Space was
about
great.
Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think the kid's doing good for us, man.
Stewart's been killing it, right?
Yeah. Why not?
Been killing it. Even too when Diaz goes down, Epler does nothing. I'm very upset with Epler. I'm not gonna lie. I love Stevie. I'm so happy about him, but Epler's got to go.
One of my biggest things about Epler was last year with the Javi Baez trade. Like, everyone's like, oh, Javi Baez, you need to get this second baseman. There was this rift between Lindor and McNeil, and it seemed like Lindor wanted his boy there. But we traded out Pete Crow Armstrong, who could be, a stud. And we don't have Javi Baez anymore anyway. So it's like, I don't know. That trade was terrible.
Cam,
What's that?
what do you got?
If Baez came over and was a stud, we would have signed him, and it would have been a great move.
Right.
But
I don't think that trade's going to go down and to hurt him big time.
Cam, what do you got for me?
I'm about to be on the couch.
What's up?
He's about to be on the couch.
Oh, stud. I'm gonna have to make space for you. I'm really chubby over here. I'm taking up a lot of space.
I also think that, like, it kind of it kind of shows something that they're bringing in. They want to bring in Stearns. Like, what does that say about Epler? What he's doing? Like, imagine someone coming in and babysitting Phil for his job because he can't do his
He
job
knows
right.
he needs someone to
Babysit
trust.
every day.
Well, Phil,
I'll
There's
baby.
no way.
I'll
Phil's
babysit
job
Phil.
is sitting on the toilet.
Yes.
So I mean
She knows.
that says something about what Epler's doing. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's really. I don't know. I don't know like what the verdict is on Epler really. You know, and everyone dogged Van Wagenen, but he brought in Diaz and he brought in Lindor. So it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like these guys are trying to make moves in a big market.
About Buck too right now, just like overall, like he gets hit the other night, right? The fans in Atlanta are cheering, right? We're all foaming at the mouth, watching at home, like we all want to be there, just ripping people apart, right? Are the Mets going to do anything and fight back? Are we ever going to see that? Like,
Bro, at the same
Like we
time,
never do.
if it was City Field and they beamed Acuna or Riley, like
Oh, we got
I would have been, or
Mets.
Olsen, I would have been happy.
Cool.
You know what I don't blame them. It's a rivalry. Bring back old school rivalries. It's cool for Mets fans and Braves fans to hate each other. It's cool.
Not that, but I'm saying how devastating is it that we've done nothing all
Right.
year? There's
I feel like that's been like the knock on Buck is like he's not fiery like he was last season. Like you said, then there's no retaliation anymore. Like, but
He
at the
didn't
same time, does that come with losing?
He's been a bitch since he got here. Like,
Ooh,
Last year,
there
I feel like he managed with some urgency last
Yeah,
season. He looks like a totally different manager this year.
when Pete got beaten that one time last year for like the
that just shows like the team chemistry. You know what I mean? Like if you're not out there fighting for each other, you know, I could be playing rec softball and someone could be getting hit hard in my second basement, could get wiped out. Like I'm gonna defend him. Like people, like obviously I'm 35 years old, I'm not going around like fighting people, but I'm just saying like if there was an altercation, there was a fight, I'm getting involved.
Yeah, like you said, that goes down to the players.
I mean, I look terrible right now.
them. I mean,
Amazing Cam
I
should be
think
coming joining in the
it's
couch
a
soon.
Yeah, I think Philly, you touched on a good point there. That's
There he
more
goes.
the player chemistry than Buck really. Like, I mean, Phil, you coach baseball, you know how it is. Like, you can't do like you can only do so much for your players, right? So like your players are the ones who need to be out there and doing those things. I feel like sometimes Buck, he makes does the X and O's, but at the same time he's not gonna get out there and fight somebody.
No.
I mean he can yell at the umps. I yell at the refs all the time in lacrosse, but at the same time like I let my players do their talking and let them do it. So it's tough, man. I don't think really it's Buck's fault. Can I see him get replaced? Yeah. Like it's like I don't know. I don't like love him. I don't hate him right now.
There's too many issues right now. There's obviously like a team chemistry issue, and I understand what you're saying, like it is on the players, but at the same time, it's that mentality kind of that you set. You know what I mean? Like you're getting dogs out there, like the guys are ready to fight for you. Like it's just.
Oh yeah, you can get a lot out of your players if you get them to get them on your side. They're gonna go to war for you, right?
Do it, man. He just runs into him, bro.
It's a style.
I mean,
I just said.
Of course, I'm not watching the game right now, so I need to know what's going on.
oh, there's an amazing Cam.
Cam's in the
Bill,
building.
get in here. The real superstar. That's what
I
everyone
can't put a
thinks.
hat on because I just got a haircut. I didn't take
So, guys, what do you think about the news that came out last night that Pete Alonso was close to being traded to the Brewers? I know that was a big talking point, and he said, "I love it here, and I always want to be a Met." But what do you guys think about that?
Fortunately,
A great point today about, real quick, sorry to cut you off, Joe, about Stearns, like the Mets, all the talk's been Stearns, right? And obviously it just seems like there could be, they leaked it on purpose just to try to stick it to the Mets because everything that's been coming out is just like Stearns going to be our new.
Right. And it's so weird that the Brewers were the team that was involved in that trade.
Exactly.
Go ahead,
Sorry.
Joe. What were you going to say?
unfortunately, there's a business side to it. I mean, when you're a team that's not tearing down, I mean, you got to
This year's
shop every.
Mets mama, everyone.
Got to hear what offers are out there. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes people are in a where they're trying, like right on the verge of going to the playoffs, where you could get a stupid return for that. And no, don't get me wrong, Pete is the absolute player ever. You know what I mean? I love Pete Alonso. I would get rid of. I could probably confidently say I would get rid of any player on the roster prior to getting rid of Pete Alonso. I do like him. But I think guys, Pete Lindor, Nimmo, McNeil, got to keep on the team.
And Diaz, obviously.
Well, yeah, he's
But you talk about the position players. You're right.
But no, unfortunately the business side to it. It would be bad business to not at least what's out there, and I'm sure that's what they did. Someone called up on Alonso, and they said, "Great, give me this, this, and this," and the Brewers were probably like, "Yeah, no," and then it was probably very brief and not as big of a deal. But this far down the road with the Mets, bro, the media is going to look for anything to make. Because the Mets aren't making any stories.
Right. This is a story. You're right. Roy, what are you going to say? No, you're itching to jump in.
Yeah, no, I was going to say it right now. Do you guys think that Pete Alonso is as big as a superstar on another team as he is on the Mets, or is he just like a good first?
Right.
I think
I brought that
more of a superstar on another team.
Yeah,
on a more built, more structured winning team, Pete Alonso is a piece that puts you over the edge. He's a power bat in the middle of any team's lineup. He's a cleanup hitter on any team in this league. And on a team that has more power top to bottom, or a better pitching rotation, or is in a better position to win, Pete Alonso takes you to that next level.
And what do you like? What's your favorite thing to do? Like on a softball game, what are you going to do? Your first at bat.
Hit absolute bombs.
So that's why Pete Alonso would be a star no matter where he goes, because he hits bombs. And kids, that's all they want to do. All they want to do is hit bombs, and he would hit
Diggers.
no matter where he is. So I do think Pete would have been a star no matter where he is. Maybe not to the level, because if you perform here, you're going to be a bigger star than performing in Pittsburgh, Seattle, one of these places.
Yeah.
Now, how much do you think he deserves a year?
100.
There's a couple guys that right even in the division that remind you of a Pete Alonso in here. Like Pipe said, he's like a Matt Olson on another team. He brings the impact that like an Olson will bring. He brings the impact that like Austin Riley would on the Braves. You know what I mean? A couple of guys that are on the Phillies. He's a big bat, but he's also a big player. You know what I mean? He makes plays at first. He has an outstanding character as a person. I think anybody would be happy with their roster. But if you're a team that's looking for one power bat and you're looking for a guy to put you over the edge, Alonso's that guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't blame the Brewers, who are on the cusp of things, for shopping him to try and get a bat that's not crazy expensive, and he's not signed yet.
I like what Hirsh is saying. Hirsh is saying 8 years, $275. I would do that in a heartbeat.
100%.
Like 8 years. And again, we have the richest owners in sports, not our money. 8 years. You're paying when you have an 8-year contract, you're paying for like those first 5 years. You're not paying for 6, 7, 8. You know what I mean? Like you want him to be performing those first 5, 6 years. We had this conversation last night in the City Boys chat. I had this conversation with my cousin. I was torn about, what's going on with Pete. Obviously right now he's slumping, but his numbers are still good for a slumping year. Like he can still hit 40, 50 home runs. Like that's a good year.
I think
like for a slumping year.
for cheap. Like I do think they're going to re-sign Pete, but I think they're going to get him somewhere around like 5 for 125.
I don't think he's going to take 5. I think he's going to want a longer deal. I think he's going to want more years.
So you're off.
I don't know. But listen, if I had
What do you think, Phil? Big time. He's definitely, like Hirsh said, getting anywhere from 8 to something crazy like 10. A guy like
I think
that,
8 to 10.
He could even get that far up as 10, and he's probably get anywhere from 275 to 350.
I'm going to say 30 a year, easy.
You know what I mean? Like it's because money's only going to go up too. Like guys are going to, everything's getting expensive, right? It's only going to get higher and higher every year. So
I could maybe like 7 for 200 or something, but I'm between like 25 and 28 a year.
I mean, these contracts are crazy right now.
He's not getting a 5-year, 125 because why wouldn't he just go to free agency?
Right. He's going to see who else is going to pay him for 8 to 10 years.
You're be disrespected. You offer him that.
Right.
Throw it back at you.
Sometimes you get the advantage. Sometimes these guys don't want to do the whole free agency like ridiculous thing. Sometimes
I don't know. Sometimes their ego wants a free agency. You want to see what people are willing to pay for.
It's rare. You never see that in the Met with the Mets too. It's a lot. You never see a guy like Jose Ramirez that's like signs like a discount deal.
Right. That was rare though. That Jose Ramirez deal was rare.
Yeah.
How about the Julio Rodriguez deal being the smartest contract in all of?
It's arbitration and stuff, so it's smart. He's buying into years, because like I said,
He's got the sharpest
contract for 5.5
in
years.
Seattle by a 1,000,000%. If he doesn't hit all his incentives, he makes less than 20 million.
Yeah, no, that's genius.
He hits all his incentives, he's making close to 40.
Yeah, but
The one thing that killed.
he'd have to sign a contract with them through arbitration. So the fact that he got that, at least he's going to get paid for doing something. You know what I mean?
I know. Pete had a really good rookie season, but the thing that kills me is if you guys remember when they brought him up, if they just waited a little bit longer, they would have had him for another year. So this wouldn't even been a problem. This would have been 2 more years of his contract.
Yeah, 2 weeks. That was BBW.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, he also hit a record. He set the record for rookie home runs that year. So it's hard,
to play him. You know what I mean? And I get it. You know what I mean? It was a ball, but
they wanted to put people in seats.
Would anyway. You know what I mean? Pete Alonso made $18 million this year.
Yeah.
Off of arbitration. You know what I mean? Taking a little bit of money. Anything
guys hearing us?
is not going to be a huge difference.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we're trying to talk and we.
Oh, I brought up a point. That's all I'm saying. I just brought up a point of saying
what's up with Jay? Is Javon coming on? What time we got Javon coming on?
Whenever you guys want. I mean, I'm sure is he watching? Let me see.
He's in here.
In the chat.
Yeah.
So thank you to everybody.
Tell him to tap in.
And
Tell him to tap in. He's in here. Tell him to tap in.
I got a question for everybody real quick. Best shortstop all time in New York Mets history right now. For me, Jose Reyes won, but Lindor right now, already today, would be second all time. I know that's not saying much with the shortstops that we had, because 3 is probably Rodonez, but Francisco Lindor right now is 100% 2, and I believe that by the end of his contract, he will be 1. What do you guys think? What do you think, Ray?
Reyes just set a precedent.
I love Reyes.
I love him. He was charismatic. I'm not taking anything from Lindor. He's Mr. Smiles.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I get what you're saying. At some point, yes, Lindor can be the number 1.
Yes.
But in my heart, I'm actually going to meet Reyes this Sunday with Amazing Camren.
He's still number 1 right now.
So we're super excited to meet him.
Like I said, he's 1 right now, even on mine. I'm not defending that at all.
Yeah.
It's just I look at a guy like Lindor. He could have 2 or 3 bad years with the numbers he has, and like his numbers are crazy. Homers, RBIs wise for a shortstop period of the game. When all said and done, he's going to shatter every Met record when it comes to shortstops and doing those 2.
Hey, he's only been there 3 years.
12 years to do it. I would hope he does.
7 he could do. I mean, he's going to do it in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, he'll. He's on pace. He's on pace to kill records right now.
Never say it. I'll never say it in my life. I promise you.
Stop.
In 3
years, I'll tell you, we'll be doing the same thing, and I'll tell you.
Reyes is until he makes even a portion of the impact that Jose Reyes did, or is as exciting of a player as he was, it's never gonna happen.
Oh,
Yo, what up?
Hey, welcome.
How you doing?
Right.
Can you guys hear me clearly? Everything's
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Perfectly. By the way, your mics aren't working, so check if they're plugged in. It's coming through your phone. Hype said that in the chat before, but that's exactly the case. No, you're good.
Roy and Phil.
You're good, Vaughn.
Wait, so whose mic isn't working?
You and Phil.
So you can't hear me right now?
We can hear you.
Going through your phone.
yeah.
That's weird.
It's all good. Just talk up. You don't need him.
It's just it looks cool.
That's why I couldn't. Yeah, it looks cool. You're like, oh, what are you?
We hear.
Yeah, but
We hear you though. We can hear you.
We hear you fine, but it's just not a microphone the way it normally.
So welcome, Vaughn. Welcome to Friends of Flushing, Amazing Met Zone. Thank you so much for being on with us. We
Well, how you
appreciate you. How's everything going tonight?
everything going good, just chilling.
You want to weigh in on this topic that we're talking about, Reyes versus Lindor?
It is no question. It's Jose Reyes.
My
but
God.
what's all said and done, I still
Jose Reyes was he came into the MLB as a Met. That's it
Homegrown.
right there. That's it right there. You know what I mean? Lindor he's nice, dirty. What? He started off with the Guardians, I think it was. He started off
Yeah.
with. or the Indians at the time.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, but nonetheless, though, he's definitely Lindor is definitely up there. I love Lindor, but Jose Reyes is like the #1 shortstop all time for the Mets.
They're getting crazy, but all right.
All time, man. Look, man, that man is great. I love Jose.
Yo, so how'd you get into even just like designing and stuff? What made you get into
Well,
everything?
tell them a little bombshell.
Yeah.
Drew, you got to tell them all about him.
Yeah, no, so
A little more
right,
about
so
Give me a nice.
tell us about you for a second before we jump into
I'm 30 was. I feel like I'm in a dating show now. I'm 31. 31. I'm born and raised in Jamaica, Queens. Lifelong Met fan. Definitely. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate the Yankees, but I'm from Queens, so the Mets come first before anything. That's the only team from Queens in Queens that's still playing Queens. So it's only right to be a Met fan. And I got the Mets tatted on my arm, like all types of shit. Man.
Oh, let's go, bro. Really?
salute to that.
Thank
Go. Yeah.
you. Thank you.
That's
All right, Billy, what you got for him, Phil?
I just want to know, how'd you get into everything? Like, what made you even get into it?
To be honest, it's a funny story. Like as far as like hat design, it was asked of me to do it, and I didn't think it would be, it would get as far as it's gotten with me. I didn't think it would ever get this far. It was asked of me from one of my previous employers, All the Right, that's in Corona, Queens. You guys probably familiar with that store. The owner over there, he asked me to, he was like, yo, I see you always wearing a lot of like nice fitteds. Like, do you want to design fitteds for us? And I was like, hell yeah, why not? And then, I just did it. And then now it's like, now I'm one of the best in Queens.
Love it. I was creeping on your Instagram, obviously, when we were going to do this whole interview.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen, you're still even playing some sports. Seeing you out there playing, I think it's even rough touch or flag, just getting out there playing football.
Yeah.
Tell us about like your life in football. How far did you get? Chasing the dream of just being a pro athlete. I'm sure that was.
No, absolutely. I definitely had there's no term for football, but I definitely had hoop dreams. But I started playing football at the age of 10, 11 years old. I took it all the way up into college. I went to Stony Brook University. I played wide receiver for Stony Brook University. Cool, it was a cool situation. Go see Wolves, shit like that. But I also played. My first sport is baseball. I played baseball my entire life. I just decided not to play that. Like I just decided not to take that like too far. But I mean, I feel like if I wanted to, I could have. If I really wanted to.
So you played D1 Stony Brook. I mean, that like people don't realize you'd be a D1 athlete. That shit is serious. Like that's next level shit. So in your life of playing, who would you say is probably the best that you've seen out there? Like while you're playing,
the best player out there.
Yeah, while you were playing that you've seen.
While I was under Stony Brook's tenure, the best player that I've ever seen real time was Khalil Mack. You guys are familiar with Khalil Mack. He's one of the linebackers. He got drafted by the Raiders, played for the Bears. Khalil Mack, he played for University of Buffalo. We actually played against him my redshirt freshman year, and that man is. He made grown men look like boys.
Oh, I could imagine.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it was like literally God against men. It was fucking nuts. Like it was nuts.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Like I said, to be a D1 athlete, you're out there, you had to see someone like that.
Yeah,
I can only imagine what Khalil was doing.
Yo, man, that man was doing some wicked shit. Like I didn't know football speed until I seen that man play real time. Like that made me like reconsider a couple of things. Like, damn, if this man is doing this right here, like imagine what it is on the next level. Like,
you're an athlete across the board for the most part.
Yeah.
I saw on IG. I seen the video of you hitting dingers. So
I play baseball. That's my shit.
You'll be
That's just like
you'll be at the charity game on Saturday, right?
Yes, I will most definitely be there. I'm trying to get MVP if there's an MVP.
I love it.
100%.
Cam said coming for you for that MVP.
Listen, it's all love. It's all love.
Vaughn's out here hitting roping dingers, bro. He's hitting cleanup.
Yeah, listen, bat me fourth, fifth, I'm straight.
love it. I love it. Yeah. Everybody that don't know too, the charity co-ed softball game Saturday, August 26th at Helen Marshall Playground. Did I mess that up? 100th Street.
You did a good job.
For the for the people that
Friends and family.
for the people that have like iPhones or are trying to find the field, if you type in East Elmhurst Playground, that's the playground.
Much better, description right there than you just trying to battle and read off.
Yeah.
Don't have the.
I tried to find it, and it sent me to like when I typed in the name, it sent me to like some kind of like community center or something like that. But it was on my side of Queens. It wasn't even on y'all side of Queens. It was on my side. But if you type in East Elmhurst Playground, that's the field.
Drew, you got anything right now? What do you got?
Yeah, so I mean, getting back to the design portion of it, I know, like you said, like we talked, a couple of times about how you do collaborations and how you've done over 100 collaborations. What not just like who inspires you, but like what inspires you when you're making a design? Like what is something that like you look at and you're like, all right, I'm inspired. I'm going to design. What's the process in that?
I mean, to be honest, when I first started, I'll be real. It was the simple things like cartoon characters and movies and all type. The general things that you honestly see like today with all these like mock-ups on Instagram and stuff like that. So you see a whole bunch of people with like, your general, I guess you could say your general like themes and hooks and stuff like that. So I started off there as well. So it's nothing different than what everybody else is doing now. But then, I'm also, I do embroidery as well. I did embroidery for about 13 years. So I kind of understand it from a different perspective, a different lens. So like, I kind of just like I said before, I started just like everybody else. I just been doing it a little bit longer than everybody else. So that's really why, like, my designs may stand out, may not stand out. But for the most part, that's how it all starts anyway. Just like general ideas. Like for the most part, we're all around the same age, so we all have kind of literally lived the same childhood. I'm pretty sure everybody here remembers like Wild and Crazy Kids and Are You Afraid of the Dark and all that type of stuff, like Goosebumps, Animorphs, stuff like that. So like all of that type of stuff, like you could take those things and you kind of create or try to create hats out of it as best as possible.
Right, I think that's important too. That you got to see the embroidery side of it. So like, that's kind of, people can make a mock-up, but like making a mock-up on on a phone or on an iPad is so much different than seeing it in person. And you seeing that embroidery process, I think, gives you a leg up on most people.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Ray.
I know you're from Queens, so Jay-Z or Nas?
To be honest, Jay-Z.
Who's your top 3 MCs? And then why Jay-Z?
Top 3 MCs? God damn. I mean, it's not really on the spot. It's just, it's so many.
100%.
For me,
okay, I agree.
For me to like squeeze it down to 3, I feel like I'll be doing one of my favorites, really, really bad. Like I'll be doing them in injustice. Like
who did you
through? But if I'll choose 3 for the sake of the interview. I'll definitely choose 3. Number 1 is Jay-Z. Number 2 is Lil Wayne. Number 3 will probably be Tyler the Creator.
Okay. All right. That's fire. I like it. Mm-hmm. All 3 really great artists.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like Nas is hands down one of the best MCs ever. He's in my top 10, 100%. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, like it's when it comes to like a top 3, it's really preference. I mean, it's preference all the way through and through. But like I'm just going based off of like, just, and this is gonna answer your question, like why Jay-Z, but more or less like, Jay-Z to me is more than a rapper. He literally came from being a rapper, or I mean he says he was a drug dealer, so from a drug dealer to a rapper to a complete businessman, and like it's like literally like a mogul. So it's like for someone like myself, like I idolize things like that. I feel like I'm going through transitions in my life as well that will possibly like parallel, not necessarily be exactly like, because I'm still living where I'm living. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a Hove, but definitely Hove is he's a different breed of man. Like he's a different breed of man. And come on, he got Beyonce, like, bro, that man's ugly.
I couldn't
That
agree
man's
more.
ugly as fuck, bro. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, this man is
You're doing something right if you got Beyonce,
you
right?
do something right if you got Beyonce.
Like he's out of Men in Black sometimes, bro.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's crazy. That man's crazy.
Who would you say is your inspiration too on hats? Like, who inspired you?
To be honest, and this is no shade to anybody that does this, because I love everybody that does do this. But I don't really have much of an inspiration. There is probably one person I guess you could say that I am inspired by, and that's the owner of My Fitteds. His name is John Jay. He's a really, really, really good designer, and you know, I tend to sometimes look at his stuff and not necessarily get inspiration, but it's more like, oh, this is what you're doing. Oh, I bet I'm gonna try to top that.
Yeah,
You know
love it.
what I'm saying? Like, he pushes the boundaries. He pushes the boundaries a lot with, you know, with the designing. You know, he doesn't shy away from being different. So, you know, I like people like that. And there's you know, there's a lot of guys. Not let me take that back. It's not a lot of guys like this, but there are a handful of guys that not necessarily follow those same footsteps, but definitely, you know, ride along on the service road rather. Like, you know, like daring to be different. You know, and that's one of my closest hat friends. Well, he's not just a hat friend; he's a friend in general. But my boy Rare Fitteds, that's one of my guys. I love him to death. You know, he's one of those guys that are like very, very different. So, you know, he's one of those. I'm one of those. It's not too many of us. You know, there's a lot of guys out here. Not to throw shots at anybody, but there's a lot of guys that are out here just, you know, it's a copy and paste kind of like business where they see something and just do it in a different color, which is dope. It's cool, you know, but nonetheless, like, you're not really daring to be different.
You can create anything.
I can't really give you too much of a head nod if you're not daring to be different.
Tell us a little bit about the process too, from like making a hat from beginning to end. Not really coming up with your own design, but actually when you already got the design and everything, because we know that can take you know, forever.
Well, yes. So you figure, you know, just to fast forward through the designing process, because I mean, the designing process is literally just, you know, not to discredit what we do, but or to liquidate what we do, but more or less like it just to simplify what we do. It's literally just coloring in a coloring book. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a stencil, we color it, boom, 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 and then that's that. So from there, we submit it with whatever store, whoever their rep is. So once we do that, then it's about a 3-month wait process, and then from that 3-month wait process, then they come in, then we give it about, well, I mean, at least for myself, once they come in, we probably give it about 2, maybe 3 weeks of preparation where it comes to like product shots, lifestyle shots, lifestyle shots, marketing ideas. If we got to make a commercial for it, we got to make a commercial for it. If we got to make like a story post for it, we make story posts, hard posts, all types of stuff like that. All types of marketing ideas. But that's like really the process of it. And then once it's out, it's out. You know, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't matter if it sells out or not. Personally, I mean, I would love it to sell out, but because of the influx of designers, we kind of killed the consumer. So like selling out is kind of like it's a rarity at this point.
So you talked a little bit about Rare Fitteds before.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your crew that you have you're rolling with right now, the Hive.
Yeah. So so the Hive is you know, the Hive is a collective group of designers. It's myself, Rare Fitteds, Hats Galore, and my boy Rhino Fitteds. Shout out to my boy Rhino Fitteds out in Jersey. So it's us four. We're a conglomerate of designers. So we do our thing. We drop collaborative packs with stores every couple of months. We try not to overdo it. Because we don't want to overdo it. We want to be able to space out our designs, and we also have our own solo drops. So we have to make sure, like, you know, everything coexists with that. So there's a lot going on as far as that. But the Hive is definitely, that's home team, home base. You know, my summer beach house is the city boys. You know what I'm saying? Like straight Mets guys. You know, that's my summer beach house. That's home forever as well. But, you know, like, we got some things coming with the city boys as well. But the Hive is always going to be, you know, priority number one home.
Do you have a dream collaboration? I'm saying, like, who's your dream collaboration? Like, do you have anybody that you would love?
I did it already.
Love it.
With who? The Hive.
The Hive.
Yeah. So the way that the Hive started, to be completely honest, and this is just to, just to give you a quick backstory on the Hive. Me and my boy Hats Galore, we've been doing work together since the beginning. He came to me when I was working at All the Right. I was doing embroidery work for him, and then simultaneously, there's a store which is close to me, Exclusive Fitteds. They had these two designers, Rare Fitteds and Digit, who was the numerical one. They had those two guys over there, and I remember, they gave me we spoke personally. We're all from Queens. See those guys and see those guys in passing and stuff like that. Support each other, and like one day, I was just I was telling my boy Hash, I told him, I said, you know what, I feel like we should become a team. Like we should start dropping stuff together as a team. And he was on board with it. Hats Galore was on board with it. Rare Fitteds was on board with it. Digit was on board with it. And then if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it was my boy Rhino, not Rhino, but Rare. He brought Rhino down, and he became from being an extended family member in the hat community, he became a close family member in the hat community to me. I have nothing but respect for that man. But he became that. And then as time went on, people had different wants and different needs, different goals in this thing. So it ended up being. It started off as 5 guys, and then it ended up being 4. It's all love. Digit is a good dude. I love him to death at the end of the day. But he decided to make his own. He decided to, steer his own path. And, I wish him the best with that. But, it's the Hive, and the show must go on. And that's where we at with it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's cool to see you guys come together.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Camren, I have a question for you.
What's your favorite hat you made?
My favorite hat that I've ever made.
Damn, who's coming with the fire?
Damn, she's trying to put me on the spot there, little man. I would say, so back, what are we in now? We're in August now. So back in March of 2022, while I was still working at All the Right, I did a drop. It's called the Metro Card series. That was probably my favorite drop ever, only because of sentimental value. I've taken the bus and the train my entire life as a New Yorker. So I'll actually show you.
Oh, he has the hat. That's awesome.
Of course.
That was the next
So
question.
this is the Met version of it.
Yes.
New York
Okay.
Mets. Yellow crown, black brim, royal blue undervisor.
Metro card.
Metro card, yep.
Yeah, 2000 World Series. So this has a royal blue logo with the copper outline, side patches, the 2000 World Series, like I said, with the black, royal blue, white. So these colors symbolize. Yeah, these colors symbolize the actual Metro card.
Yep.
I used the black brim for the black strip. The obviously the yellow for the base of the card, the white and the black for the back of the card, things like that. So I also did a Yankee version. I don't have it anymore, unfortunately, and I also had a Brooklyn Dodgers version of it. I don't have that anymore, unfortunately. But what I will tell you is the Yankee version of it. It has the 1999 World Series side patch on it, and the reason why is because the Metro card came out in 1999.
Dope.
Nice.
All about the details.
Salute to that.
Thank you.
That's one of one, right?
Yeah,
now,
this
that hat.
I don't know anybody that has this anymore. If you do have this, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely love you for having it. But then, I mean, this is kind of like an extended question or extended answer. So maybe like 3 weeks later, we dropped a Ninja Turtle pack at All the Right. So we did all 4 turtles, Splinter, and Master Shredder. Master Splinter and Shredder. So all 4 turtles. If you go on my Instagram, you can see it in my 2022 recap. So we did all 4 turtles, and they were all 4 different greens with brown brims, and then the colors, the accent colors were the colors of the turtles. Obviously, Leonardo blue, Michelangelo orange, Donatello purple, Raphael red, so on and so forth. You know how that goes. So we did that. However, I don't have all of them anymore. Another thing that I don't have. However, I do have Michelangelo. So I'll show you the Michelangelo. This is the Michelangelo.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
sick.
like,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
green,
sick.
the green obviously symbolizes, like I said before, it's unfortunate that I don't have the other 4 turtles so I can show you that all 4 turtles are different color greens, but the brims stay all the same color, and then the eyelids and the top button represent, and then obviously the logo represents the color of the turtles, like, you know, mask and all that other good shit. But nonetheless, this is the Michelangelo, orange bottom, brown brim, to 2013, was it 2013? Yeah,
Yeah, that's
2013,
also Nike.
2013
Yep.
All-Star Game side patch. This was definitely one of my favorites. However, the hat that put me on the map was actually the Donatello. I don't have it anymore. I actually sold it the day of the drop. Some guy was fiending for it, and I felt bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the only size 7 left, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just give it to him. I'm gonna make some other shit. Like, once I make the hat, to be honest, like, I make it for the people, bro. Like, I don't make it for myself. You know what I'm saying? I make it for the people. So,
Chat,
you know,
chat real
yeah.
quick. It was Johnny before that says he doesn't make it for the hype. He makes it for the people.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, the hype is the hype, but like,
Yeah.
I make it for my guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I make it for my guys. I'm not out here trying to be like the next viral person. Like, I've been in this game for too long. I'm not a rookie. I consider myself a veteran, and then a lot of other people in the hat
Right, it says we do it for the town, not for the hype. And
yeah, I do it for my guys. You know
fitted.
what I'm saying? I do it for the town, man. I do it for my guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if you go off the hype, you're not gonna really be creative. I feel like doing it off the hype, you're not really doing it for the people, like you said.
Yeah.
Doing it for the people is where you really get that creativity.
Yeah, 95% of these designers that are around now are definitely doing it for the hype.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a very very small percentage of us that are doing this for all the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not too many guys that are really doing it for, like, you know, doing it for the culture. They're just doing it to, you know, make a quick buck and shit like that. And, you know,
that's not putting your heart into it at all.
Question, Vaughn. So 2024 comes, the Mets somehow win the World Series. Do you take yourself out of retirement for a day and make the nastiest one-of-one World Series champs hat?
Nah, he can't do 1-on-1. We need multiples.
Well, no.
that's the thing. So
how do I get one? But
right.
Like, yeah.
So earlier today, me and him had a conversation. He seen something that he really liked. So I retired from doing embroidery last year. So I don't necessarily do I don't do custom embroidery anymore. But you know, fast forward to October of 2024, and the Mets do it. I feel like I can do something. I can pull some strings to get that going.
Because you're the first message I'm sending. If they
100%.
I need
Yeah, hell
something.
yeah, hell yeah. You know what's crazy? So that hat that you actually liked, I made that in the original colors of the city. Not City Field, but the Shea Stadium lights.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the original of it, right? And Miguel Castro, when he was playing for the Mets, he came to the store and he bought that hat.
Oh, that's so dope.
Yeah, and then a year later, he gets traded to the Yankees or gets released and goes to the
Like the hat that I like. So I sent him a message like, "Yo, where?"
Yeah, it was basically like all the shade, like, so like the catcher, the pitcher, the bat. Well, on the right side it was the patch, but like on the it was like the catcher, the pitcher, the fielder, the runner, and then on this side I forget. I think it was like another batter. I think it was the batter or something like that. But it was all the lights basically, and I did that. You know, shout out to George from All the Right for pushing me. You know, me and him, we sat in the lab and we tried to figure out how we was gonna do this and how we was gonna do it right. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he pushed me. He definitely pushed me. I never forget. I was sitting at that machine for maybe like 4 hours. And granted, the logos get done fast, but you don't want to do it and do it wrong. Like, when it comes to embroidery, to be honest, and it's not to toot my own horn, I don't think that there's anybody better than me that does this.
Well, because
to be honest.
Canvas is done, right? Like if you do the embroidery and something comes out messed up, the whole hat's you just gotta grab another one and do it because you're stitching.
Oh yeah,
holes
100%.
and stuff,
But
right?
see, the thing is, when you have a vet like myself, we don't mess up anymore.
Let's go.
Like,
I love that.
like we don't mess up anymore. And like, again, it's not me being cocky. It's not me. It's just me being
100%.
realistic about it. It's literally like this is like a free throw for someone like myself.
Mm-hmm.
But before I take that free throw, I gotta aim. I gotta prepare. Gotta do my bounce. Gotta roll. Boom, and then let go.
I know you don't do it anymore, but how is that process of doing the embroidery? It seems very like tedious. I know, like you said, once you get the hang of it, you're a pro. That there's no issues. But is there like a long time in the beginning where you kind of have to grind?
Oh hell yeah! What, brother? Let me tell you something right now. In my 12 to 13 years doing embroidery, I've messed up more than I've done great. 100%.
It seems
Your,
very tedious. Like I
your
said,
best lesson in anything in life, any kind of craft, any kind of like goal in your life, the best lesson is failure.
Yeah,
It just
know?
shows how sports minded you are in that sense.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, bro. You know how many times I done fucking dropped a pass? How many times I done sat there and fucked up on a route? How many times I misread a defense?
Mm-hmm.
All types of shit. Put my quarterback in bad positions and shit like that, bro. Like, and even through baseball, like how many times I'm struck out? Like just like Lil Man said earlier, like when you step on the field, like all you want to do is hit dingers. But before you hit those dingers, you probably got to strike out a couple times.
Yeah.
You're gonna strike out a couple times.
my man Cam here's got a question. Go ahead, Cam.
Can you make me a custom amazing cam sign?
He always puts people on
This
the
guy.
spot.
Always.
Can you
That's
say
so
it a
good.
little? Can you say it a little louder? I didn't hear you.
That's it again.
Can I have a custom amazing Cameron hat?
And a custom amazing Met Zone hat.
Amazing camera.
Amazing Camren hat.
Amazing.
His dad has money too.
Camera.
His dad has money.
I mean,
Oh, you
well,
can
listen. Listen, follow me on Instagram, DM me, we'll talk.
Oh,
Okay.
We'll make something work. We'll make something work.
No
We'll make
one's
something
don't ever run.
Cam, tell him that you
bro.
can. You'll see him
Yeah.
Saturday
Don't
at
ever
the game.
Hey, you'll see me Saturday at the
Put him on the
game. Yeah, I'll be there Saturday at the game. Don't even trip.
That's where you put him on the spot.
Don't,
I didn't
Yo,
see you in the
don't
back.
ever rush to grow up, bro. Because
Please,
when
bro,
you're 30,
please
how do I get
enjoy it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
enjoy it because when you're 30 and you say, "Oh, how do I get one of these?" You're gonna get, "I'm retired." But
Yeah,
Well,
Cameron,
your age, it's like,
how old are you, Cameron? 9?
9.
All right.
Bro, what I would do to be 9 right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Bro, no bills, no responsibilities, no nothing.
Yes.
What? Jesus Christ.
Cam always comes with that. Cam always comes with
Out.
that. And Vintage Mets said that Cam, the best quote for Cam is, "A closed mouth don't get fed." And Cam's always putting people on the spot.
That's a
For
fact.
real,
That's
this
a
guy
fact.
gets more things than anybody I know said to him.
Yo, when we met Brandon Nimmo, this guy was asking for game used stuff, and I
Oh
was
hell
like,
yeah!
that's crazy.
You gotta ask. You gotta
Yo,
ask.
he's so
Fuck that.
funny, man. He
Sorry.
don't care. He don't
No,
care.
it's okay. It's
Sorry,
okay.
sorry.
You gotta get ear muscle. Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
sorry.
Even
You
Yo,
gotta
he's got
ask. Hell
the biggest
yeah.
set.
right?
Like, yo, let me get your cleats, bruh.
Yeah,
What?
I couldn't believe it.
What, I wanna
and he said
spot.
yes. He was like, yeah, I'll get you something. I'll get you anything.
Yeah,
He's like, I'll take
absolutely.
anything. I'll take
Yeah.
anything.
Even the
Yeah,
I'm
Bible
like, there you go, Cam.
shall receive, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so listen, Vaughn. The people want to know. They've been asking. You get questions all day. They say you gotta ask this guy this question, right? They say we need to know. This is something serious. Everybody wants to know.
I don't want to know.
Have you ever, at a baseball game, farted in your seat next to somebody?
1000% every trip. All that beer, burgers, and no homo, all the glizzies and all of that. Bro,
Hey,
I'm
you eat
letting it
that
off.
fugu chicken sandwich, it's a
I'm
wrap, bro.
Letting it off.
I have a funny story from City Field.
Okay.
So, we were sitting up high, right? And then this guy had a ice cream in a Homer and apple cup, vanilla ice cream. It dripped out of the thing, and it landed on somebody's head. He said, "What?" And he thought it was bird food.
That's crazy. And
Was this your
it's
dad? Your dad
funny,
did
funny story.
Like me,
Funny
right?
story.
I'm instantly getting every
Funny
time.
story. Fellas, listen, funny story. So my first time at MetLife, I went to go see the Giants play the Saints. And it was me, and at the time, the girl that I was with, and the person next to us, he threw like nacho cheese at this Saints fan that was sitting like 2 rows in front of us. When I say like, and it was a woman too. When I all the cheese, like it was like a direct hit. All the cheese on the back of her head, on her Alvin Kamara jersey. I was just like, damn, that's sick.
I love it.
That's sick. That's so sick. But I don't like the Giants, though. So whatever. So whatever.
I met up with a friend at City Field season, right? And I went over. He was sitting in 135. So I go down there and I see him a couple rows down. I'm like, "Hey Zeus, what's good?" And he goes to jump up, bro. Grabs his drink to step over the seat. Dumps his whole drink on somebody. He literally just goes, bro. He just goes, "My bad," and walks away, bro. Like nothing.
No.
Yo, Vaughn, this is great.
Yeah,
dude. Anybody's got anything
Anybody in the chat got any questions?
Yeah, listen, I'm here, bro. Like, ask me whatever you want to ask me. I mean, I got the, I got the little list right here.
So this is,
I think we done got through it all.
Yeah.
I got a quick one. LeBron.
Oh no, there's one question that wasn't. There's one question that wasn't asked yet.
Yeah, what do we got?
There's one question. I'm just gonna say it was like you guys want to ask me, how did I get together with the City Boys?
That's what I was going to ask that question.
Yeah.
That was going to be my main question.
what time did we?
Go ahead, yes.
What
So
time
to
did you?
answer that, it all started, to be completely honest with you, it all started with Justin, who is Brooklyn Bordy.
Yes.
So Justin used to come to me, and let me tell you something. One thing about Justin. Oh wait. So before I answer that question, somebody definitely put something. I'm gonna answer that question in a minute. But let me just I'm gonna answer that last question on the question list. So it started with Justin, Brooklyn Bordy. He used to come to me to do embroidery, and he's just as tedious as me. He's a perfectionist. So like he was annoying at first, but I love him to death for it because I understood it. I'm like, yo, bro, he just wants this to be exactly what he wants it to be. So I made sure that it got done the way that he wanted. But it started with him, Justin Brooklyn Bordy. And then, just through time, I met Tyler, 718 Hat Collector. I met Johnny B. Fitteds through one of my other guys, my boy Mike Camp out. I met Johnny B. Shout out to Johnny B. I see you in here talking mad shit in the comments. My boy Los, Vintage Met. That's my guy too. I met all these guys just organically, just through doing hat drops and supporting everybody and shit like that. And obviously, last but not least, Ozzy, my boy Ozzy, Caps and Kegs. He was one of the guys that I always was like, he needs to do something big, you know what I'm saying? And I'm happy. I'm so proud of him right now. He's doing so good for himself. I appreciate everything that he's brought to my attention and I brought to his attention. He sits there all day long and be like, yo, bro, I appreciate you so much. I'm like, yo, bro. Or I look up to you. I'm like, bro, stop, bro. You can't look up to me when you're on a mountain too.
Yeah, he's humble.
You can't look up to me if you're on a mountain too. You're on a mountain as well. So it's like, I can't really sit there and be like, yeah, look up to me. No, bro, motherfucker. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you with me, bro. You with me. But yeah, so that's how I got with the City Boys, Those are some good guys, man.
Shout out City Boys.
Shout out to the City Boys, man. I wish I had I think I got yeah, you got one of the stickers.
We gotta keep a time check also, fellas. It's 10:02. I'm not sure what time we started exactly. So we don't want to get cut off, but we definitely want you back on the show.
Yeah.
You've been an awesome and tremendous guest, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
you definitely, bro.
Free Jenny. Shout out Grant Papora.
Thank you, man. And I appreciate you guys, man. Just, shoot a follow, shoot a DM, all of that good stuff, man. I'm here.
We're looking forward to Saturday, man.
Yes.
Saturday we're gonna get it. We're gonna get right. I hope they got some food out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm definitely coming for the MVP. I need the turkey. I need all that shit. I need all of it,
bro.
Thanksgiving, Madden turkey.
Absolutely, man. Hell yeah.
Grant, I will try to find Elon's house.
That's right.
Okay, that's fine. We can do something.
Everyone who tuned in tonight, thank you guys so much for all the love and support.
Yeah.
I want us to get cut off without thanking everybody.
Yes, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaughn. Vaughn, thank you so much for coming on.
And just to answer this guy's question, I do not know Elon Musk, but I'm pretty sure he knows me.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure he knows me.
Free Jenny.
Elon, where are you
Great
at?
show,
I'll see you guys Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep.
We're going to get right.
Same place.
All right.
Hit us on Twitter. Like, share, comment. All right? Hit us up.
Let's go.